This is my first video diary, I guess. The other day I was asked by my friend Kevin and a couple of my other friends, including my boyfriend Kyle, but I was asked what I ideally would be doing with my life if I could choose, or what would be my ideal version of my life. And I have done this exercise a few times, I feel, and so the answer that came out of my mouth was a little surprising to me because it was different than when I had done the exercise previously. So I'll share that with you, but the challenge that my friends gave me after me telling them what my ideal life would look like, or my ideal way of living would look like. They challenged me to do 100 days of one video a day on YouTube and to keep it short, so between like 5 and 10 minutes, and hopefully less than 5, but to just let it flow and be myself. And so here I am, no makeup on. I'm not at my 2 coffee level that I usually like to operate at. So this is the real me, clothed. So yeah, my ideal life. Let's talk about that. The ideal way that I'd want to live. I, more than anything, just want to be able to See, I'm trying not to use words that don't feel right, so this is going to take a second. I want to be known as, it's actually kind of hard for me to admit that I want to be known as something, because that in also some ways goes against some lessons that I've been recently learning, which are like, it doesn't matter what other people think of you type thing. But to be honest, like, I want to be known as a certain kind of person. When I die, I want to be known as somebody who created just this very pure form of hope for people, that didn't come from a place of forcing. It didn't come from a place of a hidden agenda. It didn't come from a place of anything but just truth. And I want to share my story and share insights that I have, because I feel like a lot of times like my brain runs differently than a lot of people. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm just afraid to share everything that goes on in my head, but there's a lot going on up there. And my dream is to figure out a way to express that to the world with the intention of, one, feeling understood, for me to feel understood by others. I think at the end of the day, that's really what I hope for, is that I think that's what a lot of people hope for. Yeah. In my coaching, I've learned that it's not about changing people's minds when you're in relationships, and I'm talking about friendships, family. It's not about changing people's mind. It's not about convincing people. It's about acceptance and being understood. So that is one, what would be ideal for me is to feel understood, and two, in that understanding, make people feel a sense of hope and expansion and deep acceptance. Did I already say that? I want to feel acceptance, but I also want people to feel acceptance through my expression. And I want it to be global. I want to share this with the world. That's also hard for me to admit because it sounds so lofty to me. But that's what I really want, if I were to be honest. I want to take the things that I've been through, the struggles that I've been through, and rip the Band-Aid off and say, look, I'm just like you. And in fact, you're just like that person, and that person just like that person, and we don't need to separate ourselves if we only have the courage to be vulnerable, and I'll be the first one that's willing, right? I feel like I'm ready to be the willing one who will step out on a limb and say, I was in an abusive relationship and I chose to be in it. And now I'm choosing otherwise, and I'll show you how I did it. Or, things of that nature. Things that people don't really like talking about. I feel like I'm ready for that. So we'll see how this next 100 days unfolds. And yeah, I'm beginning on October 30th. I'm saying the date so that I don't chicken out to post this on October 30th, 2018. And the reason why I'm choosing to decide to start on this day is because now's as good a day as any, I think. Also, October is a big month for me. October, this is the second year that this is a 2-year month, like 2-year anniversary month of when we buried my grandmother. And that experience of losing my grandmother and burying her actually catalyzed so much of what I am today. And so every October not only is a remembrance of that, but also a remembrance of when I left my marriage. It's also a remembrance of when I finally became a life coach. That happened a year after my grandma died. So this is my 1-year anniversary month for that. Actually becoming a life coach. This is also the month that my divorce became final. So this is a 1-year anniversary for that as well. So many feelings come up with all those things I just mentioned, like the loss of a family member, the achievement of, a new dream, the letting go of an old dream, the final closing of a chapter on something that we really identified with for a long time. So October's a big month for me. And before it's over, I wanted to start this journey. So I hope that, I don't hope that something comes of this. I just hope that I stick to my commitment and do the best I can, and we'll see what happens.